Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco. Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just Marco here once again, and I am here today unexpectedly to review the new Superman trailer. This is the 5-minute extended preview that they put behind Minecraft, a Minecraft movie, which, it's so funny because they were like, they released this video, and that's why I say the marketing for Superman is probably some of the worst movie marketing I've ever seen. I don't know why they're fumbling it so badly. I mean, it's Superman. How could you fumble Superman? It would be like the easiest movie to market. It would be the easiest movie to say, like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, and like everyone would go see it, but no. It's like they're just fumbling left and right with the stuff that they do. And they had the three main actors in the movie, and they got on camera and said, hey guys, you should go see the new Minecraft movie because we're going to have a new trailer that's before the movie starts. Yeah. And it's just so funny because I thought, like, okay, like, surely they're going to wait until, like, next week or something to post the Superman trailer so that they can, make people go see the shitty Minecraft movie that nobody wants to see because it looks so bad. And, but no, they just released it, like, an hour or so ago on Thursday. And it's I mean, the movie hasn't even come out yet. And so it's like, it completely cancels out going to see the Minecraft movie unless you really wanted to see it. And even then, it's like, wow, I got to sit through a 5-minute trailer, and then I got to sit through 40 minutes of other shitty trailers that I don't want to sit through for the millionth fucking time. Like, wow, the movie theater experience, you pay money to go see a shitty movie, but first you have to sit through half of a movie length watching trailers for other shitty movies while you're surrounded by a bunch of shitty shit fucks in the audience. That's the movie theater experience now. And I think that that's why movies are doing so bad. And so I can't understand it, though. I mean, it's like, this is something that Lex Luthor would do. Lex Luthor would be like, hey, oh, they have this special Minecraft trailer release? Well, fuck that. We're going to post it online before the movie even comes out. I mean, just think about The Dark Knight Rises, like when they had, I can't remember what movie they had the opening scene. I did actually see, before The Dark Knight came out, I did actually see, they did the same thing with that one, where they released just the entire opening sequence of The Dark Knight at the end of this one movie, and it was just, like, incredible to see that, and I wasn't even expecting it, because I didn't know anything about, like, movie release dates or anything, and so for that to come at the end of a movie and to be, like, this big surprise and just be so cool, that was just awesome, and, this is the opposite of awesome. This is like just the stupidest thing. It's like they shot themselves in the foot. It's like, why did they do that? Like, this is stupid. So let's talk about the actual trailer. If you could even call it a trailer, I would just call it a mess. I would call it an exercise in failure because they show this whole sequence. Superman, he's like barely alive. I don't know what happened to him. He's acting like he just got fucked by a kryptonite horse, and he's in the snow, and he's like, and then he calls for Crypto, and Crypto comes on, and this was the one moment that I liked about the trailer. Crypto the dog comes in, and he just, like, he runs at Superman. He jumps on him. He bites him. And I thought that was so funny And it was also so like cute and kind of like, okay, like he's not like this perfect like, you know, super dog, like this perfect companion. He is like a dog, you know, he is going to do this type of shit regardless of if his master Superman is like all fucked up and barely, you know, he's just like, that kryptonite horse fucked me so bad. But this is the problem. After that whole funny bit with Krypto jumping all over Superman, they continue this sequence for like 5 more minutes. And I was like, okay, seriously? Like, how many times is Superman going to have to ask Krypto to take him home? Like, it just went on and on and on. And then finally, he took him to the Fortress of Solitude and took him inside. And he's got these robot people that help him. And this part blew my mind. This is another part where I was like, wow, you did reshoots for this movie, or you did whatever. This was something you needed to reshoot because it just didn't make any sense at all, any logical sense. And again, I'm not a hater. I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I'm just calling it like it is, okay? I mean, I'm not going to say that this trailer was good because other people say it's good. I'm going to say what I really think. The music also sounded very generic until a certain point in the trailer. I mean, the music when the fortress first, comes up and it appears, they play this music and it just sounded like basically like a generic blockbuster soundtrack or score. I mean, a score, but Superman looks at the robots and he says, "Thank you." I don't know, like, if Superman has met these robots before because they act like he hasn't. You know, like, if I was Superman and I got fucked up by Lex Luthor and shit, and the robots in the fortress brought me and they were going to heal me, I'd be like, okay, let's get this over with. You know, I wouldn't be like, thank you. You know, I mean, that was fine, though, because it's like Superman, you know, he's such a positive, you know, of course he's going to say thank you, even if it's a robot that's helping him, a bunch of robots, you know, it's like he's going to say, like, thank you, like, almost as like a reflex. But this is where it gets bad. One of the robots says, "No need to say thank you. We are not capable of feeling any emotions as we are robots and only exist to do blah, 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 blah." Immediately after that, immediately after that, a female robot, I don't know why there's male and female, I don't know, I guess the different kinds serve different functions. That's not really explained very well. Okay, I was just being a dick there. But it is kind of weird, though. I mean, it's like, okay, why are there, like, male and female robots? Like, is there an actual purpose or a reason for that? Or is it just for aesthetic reason? But the female robot, she says, "Oh, he looked at me." And I was like, wow, that completely just undermined your entire last minute of dialogue. Superman saying, "Thank you. Thank you for helping me," whatever. And then the robot says, "No need to say thank you. We can't feel any emotion." But then you have this female robot, and she is like, it's like she's blushing, and she gets like, ooh, she gets really excited. She's like, ooh, he looked at me. And it's like, how does that make sense? How does that make sense? So I thought that was really bad. That was bad writing right there. I mean, that is like a complete contradiction. And again, like, I don't understand why you would show that in your trailer. And then they strap him up and they hold him down like a child while they turn the fortress and the sunlight comes in. I don't know why they have to hold him down like a child, because, like, you know, he's Superman. He should love the sunlight, you know. I mean, the sunlight heals him. It makes him feel good, but he's like, "Rah!" It kind of reminds me of, like, when I was a little child, like when I was like a toddler and I had to go get all the vaccinations, and like I really was scared shitless. And so I started attacking people, and they had to bring in extra help. There was like an Asian guy who came in. He was dressed all in white and shit, like like an asylum. And then my mom had to hold me down while while they injected me. It was like a horror movie type of experience, but like that makes sense because I was like a toddler. I didn't know. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? But then you got Superman, and these robots have to hold him down because he does he not want to be healed? Like, just why? What is that? How does that? Are you serious? So after that, this is when the trailer got a little bit better, but it was still pretty bad because I was like, you should have just released this at the Super Bowl, That was the number one thing because this wasn't like a trailer number 2. I realized they don't want to show a lot of the movie. They don't want to give too much away because the Snyder faggots, the Snyder cultists, they give everything away, they leak everything. They don't care about the movie succeeding. But, like, this movie would have worked fine if they just released this during the Super Bowl. This would have been a perfect Super Bowl preview. I don't know why they saved it for April 3rd before the Minecraft movie comes out. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense at all. It just is so brain dead and stupid. I think the person in charge of marketing should go away. Go to the Fortress of Solitude and stay there because you suck and you don't know how to market very well. But this is where the trailer got a little bit better because they played the better music. They played the kind of the new Superman theme that goes through the rest of the trailer, but then the rest of the trailer is basically just a bunch of footage that we've already seen before with a couple of new shots, a couple of shots where they kept it going and they let you see a little bit what happens for a little bit longer. Other than that, this trailer was weak. I would give this it was as weak as Superman was at the beginning of the trailer. This did not make me excited. In fact, it kind of made me nervous because I was already nervous when James Gunn took over as head of DC because I don't have any faith in him at all. I don't have any faith that he can make a good movie, at least like a good comic book movie. I don't have, and I know that sounds funny, but like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 sucked. I didn't like that. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was really good. It's actually my favorite MCU movie, or one of my favorites. But then the third one was really, really mediocre and bad. So I just think that he makes the same movies over and over again, and it just, nothing feels unique. This doesn't feel unique. This just feels like more of James Gunn's typical shit, but with Superman. And so far, I'm not sold on Superman either. I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer, but I'm giving this trailer a D for dumb. This trailer should have been released at the Super Bowl, and they should have released like a trailer 2, like around April or May or something. And then after that, just, bank off of like TV spots or something. But like this just was not it. It was not a very good trailer. And watching that whole sequence with Superman being held down like like a little child was not very it was not very appealing to me. So anyways, I don't know. I hate to be so negative because I really liked his pitch where he said that this was going to be like about positivity and Superman was going to be like a really positive person, a positive character, a good role model. And I love Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I love the woman playing Lois Lane. She's really hot. She's a 10 for sure. And she also seems like she's perfect for the character. But other than that, like, this movie does not look very good. At least it does not look as good as I thought it looked back in December. Maybe I will change my mind when I know a little bit more about the story itself, because so far all I can really see about this movie is that these characters are in it, and it's going to have the same old James Gunn humor that we see in every single fucking thing he does. And that's pretty much all I see about this movie, is just, this is more of typical James Gunn stuff. And again, like Joss Whedon, you know, he gets a bunch of shit for no reason, even though he's a great director, a great writer, a great filmmaker. And, you know, he managed to make the Avengers 1 and 2. And say what you will about Part 2, but I think that the big issue about Part 2 is that the trailer was mismarketing. It was false advertising, and also they shoved too many storylines into that movie. But I don't think that Joss Whedon's filmmaking was the problem in that movie. And, you know, he also, say what you will about Justice League, but I thought that he really improved on Justice League. And he took what was a mess, a big fat mess, and he salvaged it as best as he could, even though it was still pretty bad. But the stuff that he added to it was actually it's really good. It was what I would have done for sure, for the most part. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't have done that he did, but like, I just don't see the same thing for James Gunn. I just feel like I'm really, really anxious about this movie. You know, I just had another dentist appointment today. I had my permanent crown put in. And, you know, this movie, my excitement level is like as if I'm going to the dentist in the movie theater to see this movie. You know, I'm just very anxious about this movie because I really don't want to give it a bad review, and I don't want it to be bad, but all the signs are pointing to it being bad now. And I just feel bad about it because I just get sick and tired of, like, seeing bad movies and having to get bad reviews. And I just wish that we could get, like, a good movie, a good Superman movie, come out and be like, yay, this is really good. But we can't, you know, because they make such poor decisions. And Warner Brothers, they suck. They don't know what they're doing. They need a man. They need a really strong man who knows what he's doing. And, you know, they just don't have that right now. They're too busy scrapping movies, you know, like destroying movies like Batgirl, and suppressing Clint Eastwood's last movie, which was one of the best movies of last year, suppressing that movie. And just, Warner Brothers is horrible, horrible, horrible company, horrible, horrible people that work there. And if this movie fails, maybe it'll be a good thing for Warner Brothers, because maybe we can get some new people in there who actually know what they're doing. I still think, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see, though, because maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe this movie will actually turn out to be really, really good, because I do love the theme. I do love a lot of the casting. I do love some shots that I've seen, but those shots that I loved them back in December, you know, when I saw them for the first time. I don't love them now when I'm seeing them for the millionth time, you know, just seeing all the same shots again, but with a really bad sequence attached to it at the beginning. So anyways, please like this video and comment. What did you think of this extended preview? I guess it's not really a trailer. It's an extended... It's an extension. It's a trailer extension, you know, like an extension cord, but it's bad. And then please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more honest videos like this. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.